Yo yo. Oh my god, I've been thinking all day at work about this new update. Crazy stuff. Let me pull up the stuff, patch notes, whatever. Anything new here? They've been updating stuff all day, I think. But, yeah, I mean, some of this stuff is like, let me turn this. I don't know how loud that is. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. I've been thinking. I feel like first things first. If anyone's not sure what to start this league, just LA Deadeye, LA Deadeye with the Mark node is gonna be crazy. It's an insanely easy start, very simple, no struggles. They did not touch Lightning Arrow, nothing, and Lightning Rod got buffed. This is crazy. 20% chance to cause additional burst on impact, right? I'm assuming is this talking about like when it like falls into the ground, it has a chance of creating an additional projectile, or is when it triggers? Not sure, but either way, this is good, right? Better than radius. Who cares about radius, right? Use conk effect anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, basically that's still alive and well. Yeah, let's see, the Deadeye is, I mean, this thing, both of these actually, insane. Like this one, insane. I don't know exactly how this is going to work. Like, are the marks still going to cost mana? Because if they do, that might be a little. But I don't think so. I think it's just blasphemy for marks, right? So it's just going to be like perma marks. Like you don't even cast them; they're just active, right? It's like an aura or whatever. Maybe they have reduced effect or something, but it doesn't matter because you can get a little bit of effect on the tree to counteract it. And honestly, who cares? Like, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be crazy for a clear if you choose to use like freezing mark will take mark. It's gonna be crazy for yeah, frenzy charge den if you want for with what's it called? Sniper's mark, crit, whatever. It's gonna be crazy. This also crit weakness. I mean, it's not. I don't know. It sounds good, but also it's like, what would you not take in order to take these two nodes, right? Because it's enemies when you consume a mark on them, right? So that means like you would have to consume the mark and not kill them. So it would work well on bosses, but that's about it. So I don't really see this being very good. This might sound like nothing. There. Yeah. Anyway, that's about that. And yeah, so that's gonna be Giga free. You just run Lightning Arrow, Lightning Rod, all the way up until I don't know, whenever you want. You just tack on Herald of Thunder for more AoE clear. They nerfed it slightly, but it's still fine. A little bit lower AoE, just a little bit annoying for clear, but it's fine. And what else? Tornado Shot whenever you level that up or are able to get that up, just for a faster bossing damage. You just nuke every boss in the game as long as you're upgrading your bow and quiver. You can just, you know, fix your defenses with your armor, stack life, ES, like through the campaign, and you'll be smooth sailing. Once you get to end game, you can buy better gear. But it's really easy progression, even in an SSF environment. Super easy, super chill, very strong. But yeah. Now for the cool stuff, I'm kind of a fan of this I don't know if it's good, but like, because the problem is how do you scale it? It seems like it'll be okay. I don't know if we have the numbers on it. I can't find it. Like, I would have to go back to the video and look, but yeah, it's like seems pretty good. This hollow palm stuff. It's not quite the same as PV1 hollow palm, but it's interesting because you can use quarterstaff skills even though you're unarmed, and then you have like a fake quarterstaff, I guess. Either way, you know, I think you can scale the damage decently well. So, yeah, you could probably do it on both Monk Ascendancies. Just depends on what you're looking for. You can scale crate on both of them. Invoker's probably a little bit better, just because you get the ignore Ellie res, non-negative Ellie res. Maybe tag on some meta skills, although you don't need. I don't think you can use marks on cast on X anymore because they're not spells, right? They said they took away the spell tag from marks, so I don't think they work that way anymore. But you can apply them with like Hand of Chayula or whatever it's called. And then you can, I don't know, slap on some other, I don't know what skills you would trigger with meta skills, but yeah, could do something there. Because there's a new tree node that interacts with meta skills that seem pretty good. Yeah, you get free spirit from your body armor, which you're gonna be, you know, that's gonna be your most important piece anyway with Hollow Palm, right? So you're gonna have a lot of spirit, probably like 200 spirit, pretty easy, just from your body armor. And yeah, you don't have to worry about weapons because you just scale it with gem levels. So you get like gloves with plus melee levels, amulet with plus melee levels, and you're chilling. Yeah, it's about that. Now Invoker, Chayula, you got volatility scaling. On instead of like the ignoring res and stuff, which is fine because chaos res, you know, there's less mobs have less chaos res in general, right? So it's probably fine. And you can get, I mean, you can get 200% increased damage with volatility. I think it's not too hard, right? And then you don't take any damage when it detonates. It might be a little bit clunky. I don't know. Could be cool though. You get a lot of extra chaos. You can also mess with the like the, I don't know, maybe the darkness stuff. Probably not. I don't think you have. You can mess with the what is it called? The elemental scaling, like maybe shock effect, magnitude and stuff, to get more shock and all that, and shock enemies and whatnot, or freeze them. Same thing, right? Chaotic freeze doesn't work because you're not dealing damage over time unless you have like poison somewhere in there, which I guess you could do because you're scaling chaos damage anyway. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's worth. You could do poison, I guess. Why not? Yeah, you could. I think scaling crit's gonna be kind of easy because there's a node on the tree that gives you +1 base crit. Those new gloves, what are they called? Thunder Fist. Yeah. Well, they're not new. They're from PV1, but they're very different. I'm assuming this can roll higher. I don't know what the roll range is, but maybe it's like, I don't know, plus 0.4 to like, I don't know, maybe even 1%. Who knows? And maybe you can like vol it as well, right? So maybe you could get this up to like 1%. You get added lightning damage, nice, you know, whatever. This stuff is like a joke. Maybe this is like minerals, hopefully, because that's like no res and no attack speed. Considering you can get like way higher attack speed on gloves. This skill could be good, could be whatever. It's something. You're not getting much defense from it anyway. But I don't know. Could be cool. Could be cool. They look cool. They sound cool. I like them in PV1. They're nice, like early game. You know, like straight out of campaign type gloves. You know. If you're running like a lightning skill or whatever. But yeah, that might be pretty sick. Could be cool. Probably good league start, honestly. If it scales the way it does, we don't really know. No, we do know the numbers, right? It's like I have to go back the scaling on Hollow Palm, but you know, it might be strong enough just to carry you through campaign, right? So you know, you start off with like Frozen Locust, pretty good starting skill. You know, transition into like whatever you want, right? It depends on how hard it is to path to the Hollow Palm node on the tree. Hopefully not too bad. I would expect that it's maybe on that outside edge, but maybe not. I don't know. Let me pull up POB. Just so we can look at the trees and stuff. Yeah, this build, by the way, is it does not exist anymore. I was messing with the Shockwave Totem build on Gemling, but they basically took all the quality and level scaling off of totems. So you cannot do that anymore, unfortunately. Maybe it's better in the long run, but Shockwave Totems seem really bad now because they can't trigger Jagged Ground on their own anymore, which is a huge downside. So that means you have to, like, you know, do something else to get Jagged Ground out there. I don't know how you would do that, like, smoothly and, like, it feel good, you know? Anyway, just make a new build because that one's dead. Yeah. Why can't I? What the heck? Zoom in, please. What the? What? What is it? What? Huh? I don't have any sport gems. What is POV doing? Let me check for updates. Anyway. Yeah, that could be sick. But I think no updates. Wait, what the heck? Why can't I? Okay, there. Just being stupid, I guess. Just wouldn't let me zoom in. Okay. Let's see. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, Hollow Palm stuff. I'm assuming Hollow Palm's gonna be out here. Here's the node, so maybe it'll be like here or like here or here or something, you know. I'm assuming it's gonna be somewhere here. So not too hard to path like with Monk, right? You can just kind of book it out here or out here. Grab the jewel socket, whatever. So not bad at all. I guess I could talk about the lightning arrow stuff real quick. Like, yeah, like you just go like early game. Oh, there's no point. Who cares about early game, right? Let's go. Oh, why is it doing dex? Well, strength, whatever. Okay. Yeah. You just come out of here. You just scale crit or something. You know. Basically just grab all the crit notes for Deadeye, whatever. Maybe come down here for not there. Culling Strike mark hits. Maybe this is worth taking. I don't know. Hard to say. Stuff like this. Quiver effect. Yeah. I mean, you get the picture, right? Just like every crit note in the game, because yeah, they didn't touch it. Crit's still OP. Oh, crit chances. Oh my god. Can this not? Hello. Yeah, something like this. Like, you know, grab companion scaling. It's broken. There's a couple notes here if you want to grab those. Actually, maybe do this. So you're scaling a little bit of evasion for deflect. Grab deflect nodes. More crit. Yeah, whatever. You get the picture. It's not hard to scale at all, right? Like, something like this, you know, whatever. You do you, you know. Yeah. Oh yeah, this too, right? Stuff like this. So, you know, Deadeye is going to be really simple. Like, maybe early game you grab, like, these nodes or whatever. You weapon swap for, like, Stormcaller Arrow with Shock or something. Shock Magnitude, whatever. You don't need Shock Duration anymore because it lasts 8 seconds by default. Kind of insane. Yeah. So, if you're looking to play something easy, very safe, guaranteed, very fast, this is it. And for Ascendancy points, like, you don't even need Wind Ward anymore. Like, it's not bad, right? Because you get, what, 30% damage reduction on like, one hit or whatever? Is that right? Yeah, something like that. But it doesn't matter when you have Deflect in the game now, right? So you just Deflect cap or whatever, and then you get 40% damage reduction anyway. And you're chilling, right? And then you take... Okay, you don't take... I don't know if this is going to be worth... This is going to be the crit weakness. I don't know if this is going to be good. Maybe you just do this. Right? And then you go like... yeah. Something like that. It's going to be really strong, I think. You know? You could drop this, maybe, and go like this if it actually works. If this node's really good, you could drop this, you could go like whatever, right? It's not calculating properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. But you get the picture, right? Like, you drop this, you go this, right? Or if you're feeling like you're squishy, whatever. Pathfinder's gonna be really strong too, I think, because this node's Giga buffed. Plague Bear's untouched. You can run that. Really strong. Concoctions, maybe what you do is you go Poison Concoction for single target, Plague Bear for clear, and then you need to figure out a way to actually like get your poison online. With maybe like shield charges Giga nerf, but like I don't know if there's a better option. Anyway, it's really strong still, if not even stronger than before. Because of this node, you're gonna be really tanky, right? Like really tanky with Deflect, this node, evasion, a shield if you're doing like a Plague Bearer build or something. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. Yeah, so you know, play Deadeye, play Pathfinder, doesn't matter. Ranger's broken. Yeah, move speed or whatever. It's gonna be crazy. I think. Like this I think this mark node is actually turbo insane. Yeah, I don't know if they're thinking about stuff like you get Culling Strike for everything in your range. That's crazy, right? 10% increased damage taken, right? This is enemies you mark take 10% increased damage, which is a little bit different than just 10% increased damage, right? I don't know if it's actually worth taking though, because you're basically sacking a point here. So it's like, what's the point value, right? Like, type deal. This one sounds good, but I don't know if it's worth the 2 points. Because this might be changed though. This wheel might be changed, because this is kind of crazy. They might nerf it. They might drop this Culling Strike thing. They might change this because mark skills aren't spells anymore, so they don't have cast speed, right? But assuming this stays like somewhat intact, yeah, it's gonna be broken. Anyway, that's that. Let's see. Let's make a new folder. 0 0 0 3. LA Deadeye. Yeah. I mean, don't copy this one for one. It's not. Obviously, if you're starting this, you wanna take this attack speed nodes into this, maybe even down here, right? Because it's just easy power early. Unless you get a really good quiver, then you just book it to this node, right? And whatever. And you probably don't spec into crit immediately. You probably just grab like these nodes, maybe like just LE pen, LE damage, whatever, right? Shock effect, or magnitude, whatever. This node here. Yeah. So maybe this too, right? You can even grab this now, like, you know, like before you're 90, this tree is probably really solid. Like once you hit endgame, you can spec into crit, right? Once you get like if you get a bow with like good crit, base crit on it, or like the mod that gives you extra crit. Companion damage broken. Please take these nodes. Please take them. This is insane amount of damage. Like it's 12% increased damage for you, and 8% increased, and another 8% increased damage, right? So yeah, it's just a lot of damage, and it's very for like not a lot of points. The value is insane. Yeah, you could go up if you have a really. I mean, it depends on the break point for your items, right? Like if you've got a. I don't think this is necessary. Maybe you anoint this if you really care, but you don't need to. Just depends on like what quiver you have, right? Could be good though if you have a good quiver. You could even path up here. I don't know if it's worth it though. Oh yeah, this if you're running E shield, maybe yeah. If you go CI or something, what is it? Yeah, like if you get enough E shield to go CI somehow, on your body or something, then yeah, you just take those nodes, right? Maybe this one, it gives a little bit of flat, something like that. Yeah, that way you never get knocked off your Roa with this node here. Although I don't know if that's gonna be balanced the same way. Who knows, right? Who knows? And the tree is obviously gonna be very different. There is my dinner. I'll be back in a sec. Yo. All right, back to it. Yeah. So that's the Deadeye tree anyway, or the idea. It's not an idea. It's a well-known build, right? Yeah. You don't need to. I mean, I don't need to put gear into this to know it's gonna be good, right? I mean, the chaining as well, like the mark target chaining, is gonna be stupid. That's the other thing. I don't know if they thought about this. Where is it? Yeah. I mean, where is it? Am I blind? Yeah. Projectiles chained to marked enemies. This is nuts. As well, right? Like, yeah, it's just guaranteed chain, right? You don't have to invest anything. You just get it. It's going to be really broken. You can play this with spears too. I think Lightning Spear is not weak at all. Because you have Tangle Tongue, it's Giga Nerf, but it's still good. And if you don't want to play that, actually all you do is you just play a really good Rare Spear with the new Forking Crits support gem. Because the way you play Lightning Spear is you move a little bit anyway, right? And then with Volt and all that, and then you just click it once and it blows up the screen. And yeah, you call it a day. So actually insane. Now the build that I've been thinking about recently is Gemling. Gemling, I think, might be a little stupid. So say let's make new. Let's go Merc Gemling. So the thing here is, you know, it's like, well, I don't know if Hollow Palm is going to be the play, but if you're looking to play Flicker Strike, I think Gemling's just going to be insane. Like, actually insane. There's a couple of reasons for that. The main one is the quality scaling, right? And crit. So gem levels is for mostly for Hollow Palm, and you know it's a little rough because you can't get melee levels on your weapon because you don't have a weapon, right? So your levels are not going to be as high as they could be, but Gemling kind of helps with that, right? Because you get +2 levels for free. Not dexterity, int, right? Yeah, so you do that, right? You get 10 quality, which let's see, here are the marks, by the way. Like, Sniper's mark is gonna be crazy, Freezing mark, well, nobody cares about Bloodhound's mark. But what was it? Oh yeah, this is stupid. Let's see. Yeah, so quality, 20% chance not to remove charge on use, right? You're like, okay, that's pretty good. But then you factor in you can get 40 quality with Gemling, right? Because you get 14 here. And here's the dilemma, though. Well, I'll talk about it in a minute. Anyway, assuming you just take these two nodes, you get 14 quality, right? Actually, yeah, because 3, right? 1, 2, 3. That's 14 quality plus 6 from your body, because you can get triple socket, Fox Charm, or Talisman, right? Which is another... That's another 6% quality, right? Because it's 2% quality, right? So you get 20 extra quality, which means that this is going up to 40%, right? And then you also get the new quality nodes on the tree, which are here. They're going to be here, I think. Yeah, here or here, something like that. I think they moved this down maybe and they put it here. Anyway. Yeah, so that's going to be nuts. For one, because you can get it. The big node was 5%. I'm assuming the ones leading up to it are like maybe 1% or 2% even if we're lucky. So that's another 5%, which is another a little bit, right? A little bit of percentage, whatever. Doesn't. But then if the nodes leading up to it are 2%, then that's gonna be big, right? Because there's like 3 nodes leading up to it. So 2, 4, 6, 5. That's another 10 quality, which is like another 10% chance not to consume. So you can get up to 50% chance not to consume, and then that's not including the gems. No, I'm not on PoE. Let me Yeah. So if you look here, perfusion, of course, right? 50% chance not to grant an additional charge, right? So that'll help you with charging. But the perpetual charge, 30%, 35% chance not to consume. So you can get potentially up to like right, like 85% chance not to remove charge, which is nuts, right? You know, and you use perfusion, right? So the gemling is getting a new ability. Here's the question though. Do you use Killing Palm for clear, right? Obviously you can't use it during bossing, but you can solve for charge gen during bossing another way. But because Killing Palm will give you like 1 to 2, I think the change. I don't remember exactly, but where did they put it? Here. Yeah. So 2 when culling a rare, right? 3 when culling unique, whatever. That doesn't matter. Who cares? When you kill the unique, what else is there to kill? But yeah, 1 to 2 power charges, right? Depending on what you kill. And of course, if you go unarmed, this is going to be doing damage, right? It's not going to be doing nothing, right? I think. I don't know. Yeah, so you can do that. You can gen a charge. Plus, this node is going to be swapped for a charge gen node. So if you're stacking int, I think you have a pretty decent chance of getting a power charge, right? You get an extra 2% quality for that as well. Though, I don't know if that's necessary. The other thing is going this way. Because this node is stupid. So this one is going to be... gem studded gets changed to what now? Oh yeah, so you get, if you're gonna be stacking blue gems, right? This is gonna be so much easier to stack these, by the way, because you know you can use support gems multiple times now. So you can just equip a bunch of skills, slot in a bunch of the same gems, right, in all of them, and bam, you got like a bajillion, you know, skill, whatever.